Hi, welcome back everyone. So we're going to take a little look at the crafting stuff. So I did do some mining. I may showcase some of that video footage. It's not super exciting and I'm not like a mining specialist at all. This has got me more into mining than I have been in a long time. So anyways, let's just get into the fabrication stuff now. So I did do some mining obviously to get materials. I did go into CZ, but none of the stuff that I could usually dismantle show up here. Usually when I was doing the Evo builds, your CZ stuff would show up in here. So you can dismantle them, you would get 600 grade quantity items. They're not showing up now. So I could try loading, but first what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create. Now, obviously I don't have the Auratite, so I can't craft any armor, and I need to get more blueprints anyways. I just really want to showcase the weapon part. So I do have stuff necessary, and I have some pretty high mats. So what you have is a number of mats here and different quantities and qualities. So I have quite a bit going, and so let's utilize. I'll go ahead and do best material just across the board, just so you can see. I have high 700s down to like low 700s, which is not terrible. Again, thinking 5 to 6 is the baseline. You really want up to. I found some mats like up to 995, but I won't be able to use that silicone, I don't think, unless I can get a jumpsuit that uses it. But I found a lot of high silicone, so it doesn't seem like it's that super rare. But if you're questioning yourself, like, hey, what are these different things like associated with? Well, you can easily delete these and you can see where those stats are kind of coming in from. So the stock is going to help with recoil, right? And that makes sense. And then the frame itself is going to make up a quantity, most quantity of what you're going to be dealing with. So you do hit this plus button, it'll automatically put, I think, the highest in there. But if you want to choose one, let's say I want to choose, I'm actually going to choose the worst material because I want to go ahead and, well, you can see the difference, right? So just under 20 rounds per minute essentially added there versus if I do, oops, if I clear all and I do best material, it's closer to not quite 50, but it's at least twice as good. Well, twice is 100% better, I would say, on the delta, not exactly 100% better overall, but just it adds better stats, right? It's over 100% better on some of these stats. So again, let's do the worst one because I want to go ahead and showcase this. You can craft it either at your local inventory, you could do machine grid. I want to do the machine grid because I just want to show you all how that works. So I'll go ahead and hit fabricate. It's going to put it in a queue. Again, a lot of this assuming it's working the way it should be. You can change it here if you'd like. Again, the local inventory part I really like. It seems like in the future they may remove that. Now you don't get to like see the gun in here. I've never seen, it had a window right here previously, but I've never seen the craft in there making, like printing or anything like that. So it'd be a cool addition. There is a button to open this up, so when this is done, we will pop this out. So yeah. Um, Overall though, blueprints, there was a good Evocati posting. I know I mentioned this. I can't really showcase this one, but it's gonna require rep as well. So I need to work on the rep in order to get those blueprints. And right now I'm really just testing out in light ways. I just kind of want to showcase some of the stuff, but right now you need Oratite, which I need to go and mine. That's largely out, I think, in the asteroid belts. I've even seen it just around the stations. So I just haven't found it so far, so I will go get that. But even if I did, there's not a lot of stuff I can actually make right now. It's like a core, which I think is a light core here. Yeah, the damage modifiers, it's definitely on the light side. All right, so you can go back down here to click on this to see what you're at with the timing. So I've got about 25 seconds left. This is the dismantling, so I do want to try to showcase this next. And then finally, I will print out a better weapon. I just want to really showcase all three of the, or two, I guess, the creation and the dismantling. You can see here the different queues and the items that are sent out. There's like a long running timer that'll go on once it's completed. I'm not sure why they have that, but it is something that's there. So we'll go ahead and pop this open. CNS is now created. No active projects. I can see the dispatched item, and then this timer goes up. I don't know why they have that, but it does. All right, it did pop open as well. Hey, no gun. Sweet. Maybe it fell. We're off to a solid start. All right. Good start, good start. I'm leaving that in. CIG. I'm leaving that in. Who knows where that went? Went out to the nether. All right, let's send the next one to, no, here it is. Weird that it shows it here, even though it's not visibly there. So, bug. Um, I want to go ahead and dismantle this. You can see the quality of the items and the quantity. Let's compare that to the quantity I actually have to put in. So we have a 20k. So let's see what that requires on the usual craft. So we have 20 and then two 10s. Yes, I'm going to cancel this progress. here. Okay, and it requires 3 and 1s. So I'm getting a little less here, but I think this is matching the SCU. That this is like micro SCU, so it doesn't even take 1 SCU, it takes a 0.01 of an SCU. This one's taking 3, so it looks like I'm just missing 0.01 of aluminum back to actually recraft that. So not bad. I imagine they can't go lower than this 0.01. That's probably why it's giving back full stock and barrel supplies. All right, let's dismantle it. Again, it's not even a good quality one. I can't even see the gun, so, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. Now, it's going to go ahead and seal the fabricator. Let's take a look at that. Okay, I missed it, but you can also just manually open it with this button. I can't do it, I don't think, while it's crafting, or I shouldn't. If I can, that's not ideal. And then this is going to take a similar time frame to just go ahead, you press this Q button down here. I can take a look at the dismantle queue, and I can see it's already done. Dispatched items, I can see it's on the grid. So let's see, I should see some, here we are. So this is how you would technically put on, because this is the part I really want to showcase. This is how you would technically put on the items as far as supplies that you would want to make for your crafting. You can also put SCU boxes up here. I'm not going to do that, it's just there's too much need to be put up here, but I like the idea of this little change that it gives you. These boxes seem relatively new. I don't know when they brought these in. Like, I don't know if people have seen them otherwise before crafting. So let me know in the comments down below if it has. This is the first time I've seen it, right? So you can see the quality of it. It's 743. This is about the middle point there, or this might be the low end. Yeah, some of the other ones are a bit higher. Oh, 602. So this was pretty low on the iron side. Okay, let's go ahead. And so if you wanted to, I could just put these back in here. Now I would have to make up the difference because the it was the aluminum, I think, that was a little bit light on how much it needed. So I will go ahead and close this. You just press this button, it'll close it for you. It's always going to close it before you craft anyways. We'll just quickly craft the better rifle and then be done with it. I do want to showcase its, I'll send it to the inventory just because I don't want it to necessarily have that problem again. So we will go here. I will just do best. So we have a better quality stuff here. Instead of machine grid, I'm going to pick local. You could also deliver it later. And so if you want to choose at the later part, you can do that. I've already selected it here. So fabricate item. It's going to go in the queue. See it here. And then you can choose. You can also change it here if you like as well. But I'll leave it at the local inventory. Let's go over and pull that out. All right, let's check out the local inventory. All right, it did load. I did check. It was completed. The job was completed. Now we're just going to look for the gun. Here it is. So you can see now it does have the increased fire rate and the boosted stats. This is also something that wasn't appearing super great. Let's compare it against, this is the CZ gun, the one you can pick up out of the CZ out of there. So let's put the same exact components. I've got the tweaker mod here, same compensator. I don't have the flashlight, but I don't think that's super relevant to this. Maybe it is. We'll take it off. I want someone to say, oh, it's super relevant. All right. So this is the crafted one, and then this is the one I got out of the CZ. Ooh, bad lighting. So we'll compare it a little bit. Shot-wise, not a lot to write home about. Like, it's not going to be, it's so dark in here. Yeah, we'll shoot this wall. Just to kind of compare a little bit. So let's run along this line on this panel. Again, not the crafted one. And I don't think the bullets are going to stay there. No. It's all right. We're going to start in the same spot. And it did go up pretty high. I would say it was a little, like, almost there. We can do it again. But here we are at the line. I'm like lining the crosshairs on this. So probably half as bad. And then, of course, you would be shooting in bursts. Like, it's not, you wouldn't just be shooting like that. Like, that's... It's almost halfway to the second rivet. So, like, clearly a lot more. And then if you would burst, and it's definitely faster. Obviously, you can go back and watch this video on the timing, but barely makes it to the half the other rivet. Okay, and then of course you would be again shooting in like burst. Doing that, I'm actually bringing it down a little bit. I didn't bring it down a lot, but just a little bit there, and it wasn't too bad, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's again, I was mentioning someone else about this. Like, we'll have to see how they decide to balance these out, right? So if they have to start to change, it's something crafting you don't have to take part in, especially if you just do PvE. Just ignore it, right? It's really just to, it increases your skills, but if they have to start to balance the game around these crafted guns, that's when it starts to be more impactful. Like, you'll have to partake because your guns are just going to be trash otherwise. So Obviously, it should be pretty meaningful in PvP. We'll have to see how it goes when it goes live otherwise. So let me know if you want to know more details about it, but that is the general gist of crafting an item. You do get the increased stats, and it works otherwise the same way. And again, I already showcased you can decraft this and you get some of the materials back, in this case quite a bit. Until they can change how much is being crafted and how much the box and stuff you can get back, then you'll be able to get less change possibly, or maybe it's bigger items that will be the case. But hopefully this was helpful for y'all. Let me know if you have any questions or what else you might want to see. I don't really foresee making a mining video. It's fairly straightforward. I might kind of dive into that a bit. I can see maybe doing an armor video if you want to, but it's very similar. It's just going to be a very similar take. Otherwise, I need to work on blueprints. So up next, I really need to start working on that, but I need to get rep first. That's not something I can do like in the next couple of days. It's something I have to really work towards. Anyways, again, hope this is helpful for you. Appreciate those taking time to like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.